Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This week I will be sharing with you a salad recipe that we have used in our house over the last several years. It is very refreshing and just a wonderful addition to any meal or on its own throughout the spring and summer months. This is a couscous salad, as we like to call it, but if you were looking online, it might very much resemble like a quick and easy tabbouleh salad. So we will get right to that, and then following that, I hope you will stick around for my week 20 update. I know last week I kept saying week 18, it was actually week 19. So this week I will be following up on how my week 20 went with Weight Watchers. So here we are going to prepare our couscous salad. Now you might want to call this a quick tabbouleh salad, but in our house we call it a couscous salad. This is something that I've been preparing for a number of years now. It's just something that is very refreshing and something that we quite enjoy, especially in the warmer months. So here we are in spring, nearing summer, and this is a perfect time to include this as a side for any meal or just on its own. Okay, so first we have our couscous. So this is just basic couscous that we use. This is a half cup that I have prepared already. I have gone ahead and toasted it before adding my water, and I usually just follow the instructions on the back of the packet. If I were doing this in a more traditional way, then I might steam the couscous, but you know, if you're looking for something just quick and easy, couscous can be prepared quite easily just with water and a pot and some salt, and you are pretty well good to go. So yes, I've gone ahead and toasted this. Half cup dry, this equates to, well, it looks like a little over a cup of cooked. So this will be our base. The couscous amount that I have used equals 5 points, and if we go over to this bowl here, I have prepared a half of an English cucumber that I've just gone ahead and chopped up into small little pieces here. We don't like to have anything too big on our fork or spoon, however you decide to eat it. So just a nice fine chop, nothing too small but nothing too big. So that's a half of an English cucumber. I've used a variety pack of cherry tomatoes. I find that this just offers a nice splash of color to the couscous salad itself. So we've got some orange and yellow. This one is kind of nice. It has a little bit of a purpley tone to it, and of course red, so adds a nice splash of color and is refreshing. You don't have to use cherry tomatoes. If you prefer using a different type of tomato, that is absolutely up to you to decide what you prefer. But we find these to be sweet and just easy to throw in. I have here 2 green onions that I have chopped up just very finely, just to add a little hint of flavor. Over in this bowl here, I have a flat leaf parsley. So this is the Italian flat leaf. We have used curly parsley in the past as well. We find that the curly parsley adds a little bit more texture to the couscous, which I actually don't mind. So I don't often use the flat leaf, but sometimes it's just whatever you can get your hands on, right? So this is about 1 bunch of flat leaf parsley. I have just removed the stems, washed it of course, and then done a rough chop. Along the side here we have mint. So mint is quite a nice herb to use. It smells wonderful. This is something that I actually like to use a little bit extra of than most dishes actually call for. So this is about a half cup of mint leaves that I have just roughly chopped. So I've pulled them from their stems as well, given them a good wash, removed any parts that are maybe not up to par, and then you can either tear these or just give a rough chop too. I will be adding 1 lemon to the salad, so that just gives a nice citrus flavor and really amps up the freshness of the salad. So all of these ingredients here are 0 on blue. We will be adding about 2 tablespoons of crumbled feta. This has already come pre-crumbled, and this works out to, let me think, I think it's 4 points. I will confirm and I will write it in the description down below, but I believe it's 4 points of crumbled feta, which is 2 tablespoons worth. And then we will be adding 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So this isn't just any olive oil. This olive oil comes straight from Tunisia. It was fresh pressed and I found a way to bring it home. So this is quite a nice olive oil, and it's something that I do like to try and save for special salads such as this. Very fruity flavor with a nice peppery finish, and it's something that, you know, I like to pull out for special occasions. So yay, we get to use the Tunisian olive oil. All right, so that's pretty well our ingredients. I should mention that the olive oil works out to about 8 points for the 2 tablespoons. So altogether, this would suit about 4 servings, and it would be about 4 points on blue per serving. So not too bad as a side dish or even on its own. All right, so I'm just going to clear our space and we will prep to pull this all together. Okay, so now that I've moved everything out of the way, I'm gonna pull in our bowl and start adding everything to the bowl. So I may as well start with our couscous. I'm just gonna add that to the bottom. So I have already prepared this, as I mentioned. Just fluff it with a fork generally, should be sufficient. To this I will be adding the already washed and prepared parsley and mint. Tomato, green onion, and cucumber. I love these types of salads where you can just throw everything into the bowl and not worry. To this I will be just slicing our lemon. There are a few seeds in here, so I'll try and see if I can catch them. Just gonna squeeze that in. Oh, I see a few little escapees. This is really a salad that you should be able to adapt to your taste and whatever it is that you fancy. This is always nice to have with maybe some tandoori chicken on the side, or other meat prepared such as lamb. This is always a nice salad to bring in for a potluck, even if you're looking for something quick and easy. I'm just going to actually add a little bit of salt and some pepper to taste. Not too much. I will drizzle our liquid gold Tunisian olive oil. Now I have mentioned in previous videos that Tunisian olive oil is quite available around the world. Tunisia is the 3rd largest producer of olives and olive oil. But when I can get my hands on the fresh pressed stuff that I've collected alongside my husband in Tunisia, then that is something that obviously I would prefer to use, especially for a nice salad such as this. I'm just going to give this a toss. And then we're going to just add our 2 tablespoons of feta. I'm going to get every last piece and give that a quick toss. And there you have it. Super easy, simple, refreshing. Imagine this with a nice tall glass of maybe some lemonade. I always like to have my lemon water, as I've mentioned, or maybe some iced tea on a hot summer day. You are good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and serve some into a bowl. And as I mentioned, this is about 4 servings worth for 4 points on blue. Try and get a little of everything in here. Got the feta, tomato, cucumber. And there we have it. So as you can see, I do like to find simplicity in the things that we eat and enjoy. And I think there are a lot of quick and easy ways of preparing recipes, and that will still be satisfying to the palate and to your hunger, and just something that can be pleasing for the whole family. So that was very fast to put together. This is the salad itself. I'm not going to try it today because this is a salad that I eat fairly often, but just to recap, I have toasted the couscous. We have added both mint and parsley, tomatoes, green onion and cucumber, and we have added Tunisian olive oil. That's my favorite if I'm going to do a salad, or if we need like a little dipping sauce. The Tunisian olive oil straight from Tunisia itself is the best. And then we've added some lemon and some salt and pepper, and I think that's about everything, and feta if I forgot to mention it. So just a really nice salad. As I mentioned, you can have this on its own or as a side to any other protein or meal idea that you might have. So I hope you give it a try. I think you'll really enjoy it. Now on to my week 20. I've got the week right. I don't know what was going on in my brain last week, but I kept saying the wrong week. So yes, this is week 20. Weight Watchers, I had my weigh-in yesterday. I think overall the week went fairly well. The weather itself was a little bit up and down, but I think it's starting to kind of taper off, and we are moving into some hotter days ahead. Some of the things that I was working on last week was increasing my water and increasing my steps. I would say that I was pretty well on par with what I normally do in both of those areas. But one thing that I did do a little bit different is that I actually went for a small bike ride. Now, biking is something that I used to really enjoy, and just throughout the years, as I've gotten older, it is something that I don't do enough. So I have acquired a bike. I've had it for a couple of years, and so we were able to pump up the tires. I didn't get very far, but that's okay. I have to start somewhere. I basically just went down our street and up the next street, and then that was it. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get out on the bike a few more times this week, and then as I get used to it, that will become a lot easier as time goes on. So that's one thing that I'm very happy that I was able to get out and do. It's amazing how you just never forget how to ride a bike. I was a little bit nervous at first, but once I got going, it was like nothing. So if it's something that you have been wanting to get back doing, I would encourage you to try that. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at what you are still capable of doing. And if it's not cycling, then I hope you find something else that maybe is of interest to you. So as I said, the week went well. I think where I maybe didn't do so well was planning my meals in advance. So I was kind of getting a little bit bored with my lunches and with my dinners, and so I would prep meals for the family here, and then I would think, oh geez, how am I going to adapt this for myself? Or I'm just not feeling like having the usual thing anymore. And so that's where I struggled a little bit this week. So just sometimes it happens, right? We all kind of get into a slump and get bored with our food. So this week on the scale, I did have a gain of 0.4, so that brings my new total to 38.6. So I was sure hoping to get the 40-pound loss this week, but you know what? It happens. We just never know how the body is going to be responding to our just general day-to-day, what we've consumed, what activity we've done, how much fluid we've had. And so, as I've mentioned in a previous video where I talk about the scale, I'll link it up here. Sometimes it's just going to happen, and you just have to kind of roll with it. And so that's what I've done. I felt like maybe this week wasn't going to be my week, and that's okay. I've made a better plan for this week, and with my consistency, I am choosing to be more stubborn than what the number says on the scale. So anyways, that was how my week went overall, and I think that I've got some good goals for this week. And so that's basically how my week 20 went. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope that you are all keeping well and healthy this week. It's so important to get outside right now. We are now into June, so for many parts of the world, we are welcoming summer as it approaches us as our next season. And I just hope that you are able to just take that time for you. It's so important that you are putting your wellness first. And that is something that I've had to learn throughout the years, and it is something that I continue to learn and strive for. Just taking that pause, taking that breath, slowing things down, and really doing some self-discovery as to what is important in your life. And I think for myself right now, my journey to health and wellness has become the most important. I am 41 years old, and I want my next 41 years to be in a healthier state. And it is paying off. I'm happier, I'm sleeping well, and I'm just a better person for my family. When you're in a slump and you're not feeling good, you're not good for anybody. And so it's so important that you're taking that time. So I hope that you are hitting the goals that you need. I hope that if you have something in mind, whether it's to go for an extra walk, to get your body moving, get that blood coursing through your system, maybe it's just eating an apple or drinking an extra glass of water, even an extra sip of water, all of that is going to lead you to success down the road. Anyways, I look forward to seeing you all next week. I hope that you will like this video, subscribe to this video, and if you would like to see more of my content, please hit that little notification bell, and I will be happy to keep producing these videos for you. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next week.